Why? Why does everything online suddenly seem obsessed with 3 a.m.? Wake at 3 a.m., they say. And it means something. Your cortisol is spiking, your liver is on duty, your sleep is broken, and of course, there is a fix. A supplement, a routine, a gadget, a hack. But here's the calm truth: people have been waking in the early hours for centuries. What's new isn't the waking, it's the fixation on a specific number on the clock. I'm Dr. Chris Ho, a doctor from Brisbane, Australia, and this is No Hype Health Talk. In the next few minutes, I want to do three things. First, explain why 3 a.m. is a meme. Second, explain what's actually happening in your body in plain English. And third, give you a practical way to think about early hours waking, especially if you're over 60. Why? Why 3 a.m. became a meme? Let's start with the obvious question. Why 3 a.m. specifically? Because it's a number you notice. If you woke at 2:17 or 3:45, you probably roll over. But 3 o'clock feels precise, memorable, and searchable. And there's another piece people forget. For most of human history, waking in the middle of the night wasn't 3 a.m. at all, because many homes didn't have a clock by the bed. It was simply, I woke in the dark, after midnight, or before the dawn. The time became a storyline only once clock, then phones and watches made the number impossible to ignore. So, yes, early hours waking is real, but the obsession with the number is largely modern packaging. The myth underneath the meme, and here's the next myth: if you wake in the early hours, something must be wrong. This is where perspective helps. In my Two Sleeps video, I talked about a forgotten rhythm from the past. In many places, and especially in winter nights, people often had a first sleep and then a quiet waking, then a second sleep. The point isn't that you must sleep like that now. The point is, waking after midnight isn't automatically abnormal. We've done it for a long time, for centuries. The modern world simply taught us to treat it as a problem. What's actually happening in your body? Now, for the simple, non dramatic biology, sleep isn't uniform through the night, it changes. For many people, the second half of the night is lighter sleep. That means awakenings are more likely and also more likely to be remembered in the early hours before dawn. This becomes even more common as we age, which is covered in my Why Sleep Changes as We Age video. Sleep can become more easily interrupted. That doesn't mean it's always broken, it often just means more sensitive. Now let's talk about cortisol. Cortisol isn't a villain hormone. It's part of your normal morning engine start. It helps you wake and function. Cortisol generally rises toward the morning. Many people begin that rise in the early hours, often somewhere around 3 to 5 a.m., and then it's highest closer to waking and shortly before after waking. Here's the key part that the meme usually skips. Your cortisol rhythm follows your usual wake time. If you sleep earlier and wake earlier, the rise shifts earlier. If you sleep later, it shifts later. So 3 a.m. cortisol spike is not a universal diagnosis. It's just one point on a sliding scale. Try to fix it. A normal morning hormone rhythm is like trying to fix sunrise. why the internet turns this into a thing. Because the internet prefers one cause and one cure. Wake up 3 a.m. It's your liver. Wake up 3 a.m. Take magnesium. Wake up at 3 a.m. Tape your mouth. Wake up at 3 a.m. Buy this device. Some of these ideas can help some people sometimes, but the packaging is the problem. It takes common human experience and sells it back to you as a disorder. There's also a modern layer that didn't exist for our grandparents: sleep tracking. Once you start scoring your sleep, you can start chasing a perfect night. You start watching the problem. You start checking the clock every night. When you wake, you check the clock. You check your watch. The real reasons people wake up in early hours. Let's be very honest and practical, especially for over 60s. For most people, early hours waking is not mysterious. It's usually one of these: a full bladder, pain or stiffness, reflux, snoring or breathing issues, alcohol with dinner, a room that is too warm, light or noise, or the mind just waking up and starting to think. That's it. That's the list, not 10 hidden reasons. Just common drivers most people can recognize once they stop blaming themselves. What do you do about it without turning it into drama? Here's the calm approach. First, don't make the clock your enemy. If you wake, try not to check the time. The moment you see 3 o'clock, your brain starts a story. Stories create tension, and tension creates adrenaline and cortisol. Second, do a quick, gentle scan. Am I comfortable? Do I need the bathroom? Is the room too warm? Did I drink alcohol? Is reflux or pain waking me? Is my mind busy? Third, if sleep doesn't return quickly, don't fight it. Choose rest. Low light, no scrolling, no news, gentle breathing, a calm thought, a short prayer or meditation. Let your thoughts drift without grabbing onto them. Because the main trap is simple. You wake up, you try to force sleep, you become anxious, and then the anxiety becomes a panic, which becomes the reason you can't sleep. A quick word about fix videos. A lot of 3 a.m. videos follow the same formula: scare you, give you one cause, sell you one solution. But real sleep doesn't work like that. Sometimes you wake because you're 68, not 28, and your sleep is lighter. Sometimes it's your bladder, sometimes it's pain, reflux, alcohol, a hot room, your partner, and life stress. And sometimes you wake for no clear reason at all. And on those nights, the best answer may be, okay, I'll rest. I'll just rest. Sleep will return when it returns. That's not giving up. That's wisdom. So if you're worrying about the 3 a.m. thing, hear this clearly. Early hours waking is common. The number is not magic. Your body is not betraying you. The modern fixation turns a normal human experience into something you feel you must fix. Be practical. Look for the obvious drivers, make small adjustments, and when wakefulness happens, stay serene, be at peace, and be kind to yourself. Don't wrestle the night, don't fight the wake. And I'd genuinely like to hear from you. You in the comments. When you wake in the early hours, what has actually helped you most? Not the fanciest hack, the real thing. I don't discount fancy hacks, but share that too. And if that helped, but comfort, a cooler room, less alcohol, a different pillow, or simply letting go. Simple, accessible things that helped you and may also help others, including myself. Share it so that other people reading this can benefit too.